Today we're gonna be talking about the top 5 things I should have never, ever should have done to my car, but ended up opening up some doors for some great opportunities later on. We all start from scratch. We all start from zero. We all start from somewhere. And sometimes we make some really piss poor decisions on what direction we would like to go with our builds. And sometimes, and even majority of the time, we end up living and learning from those mistakes and keep moving forward to make some greater and better opportunities later on. A lot of the things in this video, or even everything in this video possibly, are things that I've ended up taking off the car already because I've already learned from those mistakes and I've done bigger and better things with it. And maybe even later on, I even decided to change up those things I'm going to be talking about as well and making it even bigger and better than what I originally thought was better before. If that even made any sense. I was kind of like ass backwards and all over the place, but if you get the point, you get the point. And before we jump right into this video, if you guys haven't watched the last video already, I highly recommend doing so because we end up talking about the top 5 most underrated mods that you can buy for your 2013 through 2014 Mustang that I believe need a lot more recognition because they, trust me, there's a lot of really cool badass mods that you can get for this car that you really don't even know that are out, or they don't end up getting recognized because a lot of people don't talk about them. If you want to stand out and be unique and different, I highly recommend checking out that last video because trust me, there's a lot of things in there that a lot of people really don't do for their Mustangs that I personally feel would be great additions to add to your car. And without further ado, the very first mod that I should have never, ever bought, and trust me, you'll understand why here in a second, and that is getting eBay coilovers for your car. That could be for any car, not even for 2013 to 2014 Mustangs or even any Mustang. And the reason why is because for me personally, and I'm not going to discuss the name of the company that I end up having an issue with,
That didn't help at all.
I ended up buying some cheap coilovers that look pretty good in quality for about $300, $400, and I thought it was one of the coolest badass things I could have got. I thought I got a bargain. I thought I got a steal. I thought these things were super cool. I can finally lower my monster truck down to the floor because trust me, having that wheel gap that I originally had before was not pretty, and it was really horrendous and embarrassing. And when I was finally able to get that really nice fitment, and I didn't care what it took, I just really wanted to have that really nice clean look, and I was able to achieve that. And the issue though with these coilovers is that they didn't do their job. And the reason why they didn't do their job is because I drove on a blown coilover for over a year. And yes, it is my fault that I ended up driving on a blown coilover for over a year. The thing is though, is for me only owning them for about 2 years and hardly putting 20,000 miles or even less on them, and for them to blow out that quickly with a warranty that I was not granted, then that didn't end up working out in my favor whatsoever, and it ended up blowing my tires out completely. I have a shit ton of camber wear on that front driver's side tire that I ended up buying tires for here not too long ago, and we're actually going to be making a video on that soon with the new mod that we end up getting for the car. And so it's going to be a really nice collab to do everything like that, and that will be coming soon. But long story short though, and the quality of the ride, felt like I was riding on a wagon through the Sierra Nevadas, and it just literally was just, it was painful. It was like honestly one of the worst decisions I could have made, but it was also again one of the best decisions I could have made because I ended up finding a great company under the name of Raceland, and they ended up offering me a lifetime warranty. I ended up getting a great deal through Black Friday. Plus on top of that, I ended up getting free shipping, and the coilovers were about $600, and they've caused me no issues whatsoever, and they ride very nice, very comfortable. If you're looking for a great set of coilovers on a budget like how I was and still am, I highly recommend going for Raceland because they did a great job and they offer a very beautiful stance if you do it correctly. In the next mod that we're going to the ass end of the car, and you might be expecting what I'm going to be talking about here, but if not, trust me, I'm going to be telling you here just shortly. And we ended up getting some mufflers for the car. They're Flowmaster Series X something. I don't even know the name of it. These mufflers aren't bad whatsoever, but the thing is though, is I ended up buying these as one of the first mods for the car. Did not know what to expect, did not know how they were going to sound, did not do my research on it at all. I ended up finding out that these mufflers, yes, they're quiet, yes, they do make a decent amount of noise, but it's definitely not what I want, especially when you have a stock system. And you might be saying, well, duh, if you have a muffler, then it's going to be quiet. Well, I understand. I also wanted to have something I'm not going to be waking my neighbors up every single time I start my car up in the morning or if I'm home late at night. Don't get me wrong, I still have the mufflers on the car. They do their job and I don't mind them whatsoever, and they look good and they sound good at startup when I'm driving, doing whatever, but usually at the higher RPMs, it sounds like a trumpet screaming down the road, and that's the last thing I want because it's honestly really embarrassing because the last thing I want to do is be that one annoying guy down the road that doesn't have a good sounding car. And what we did in order to compromise for the mufflers on this car is we ended up changing out the headers to Shorty headers. We also changed out the X pipe, Y pipe, whatever is on the stock setting on this car, to an H pipe, and we also added some exhaust cutouts, also known as butterfly switches, on the ass end of this car. And the reason why we ended up doing the cutouts is because I wanted to have something to when I start my car up, I can have it to where I want it quiet, and if I want to have fun and just rip it up, I can also have that open muffler in the very back. This muffler ended up working out for me in the long run because I was able to have the best of both worlds, where I can have it quiet when I want it and I can also have it loud when I want it, and it actually doesn't sound that bad when you have the exhaust cutouts on there, and you can switch it again however you like, whenever you like. next mod I'm gonna be talking about is one of those decisions where I was like, shit, am I gonna be able to afford this one day? Is this gonna work out? Is it gonna be great? I don't know. And so I said, you know what, screw it, we're gonna make it happen. And if it takes some time, it's gonna take some time. And where I'm going with this, as you guys can see, I'm sitting on the inside of my car, and that was getting the sticker carbon fiber for the dash of the car and also for the center console. And the reason why I didn't end up liking that, because it just felt very, very tacky, and it also didn't seem real to what it truly was supposed to be. Like, this is real carbon fiber weave. I was able to get to a very affordable price compared to the sticker, where you could just truly tell that it wasn't really true to what it was, again, supposed to be. And so me being able to get all the real carbon fiber actions throughout the car, you can really tell the true definition of how the carbon fibers differ from one another, because this is more 4D, it's really more vibrant, it's a lot more detailed, while the other one is a lot more vinyl-y, obviously, because it's made out of a vinyl. Is vinyl-y even a word? I really don't know. When you have that vinyl sticker on there, it doesn't really show much character to it, and you can really tell if it's just sticker or if it's the actual true thing. If you're to throw a carbon fiber sticker inside a Ferrari, you're gonna tell immediately that this ain't the real shit. This is a big fat phony. As you guys can see, the quality of the carbon fiber is actually really, really nice, and it's a lot better in person compared to what it is on camera. And over the sticker, as I keep saying over and over again, it is just not the right thing to do, especially if you're trying to go for a very clean look. And the next model that we're gonna be talking about was actually something I posted a video on not too long ago, believe it or not. And it's one of those things that was a hit or miss, and unfortunately this was more of a miss, but also could have been a hit at the same time. And what I'm talking about is the Alcatera steering wheel that you can get for this car. This thing is great, it looks awesome, I love the idea of it. Unfortunately, this is all operator error, which is completely on me, because the thing is though, is somebody who thinks they know how to sew or can act like they know how to sew, truly doesn't know how to sew. In my opinion, if you decide to go with this Alcatera steering wheel, I highly recommend if you go to somebody who actually knows what they're doing, only because if you don't know what you're doing, this thing is gonna take a lot longer than it should have been, and it ends up not being the quality that you would like, and you end up not liking it just because the strings are popping out, or you got the threads that are too wide, or things might be a little loose. And this is one of those things where I didn't feel that the actual company did wrong. I just personally feel that it was just all on me, and it's one of those things that I regretted doing, because if that was the case, I would just bought a nice steering wheel, which one day we probably end up doing. But as for now, this doesn't turn out to be really that bad of a job. But overall, the steering wheel does not actually look bad. It looks great. It really modernizes the interior of the car, and I really definitely feel 110% that it looks a lot better than the original leather steering wheel that was on here. And this is still the leather steering wheel. All it is just wrapped in Alcatera with some strings sewed under it. And it really does pop out a lot more when you have this really nice Alcatera with some really beautiful carbon fiber that goes throughout the entire steering wheel that matches, well, again, having that really nice carbon fiber on the dash and also the center console if you have it on your car. Next model we're going to be talking about was me trying to be a cheap ass, trying to save money, trying to cut some corners, and unfortunately it really did not turn out the way I would like it. On the front of the car is where everyone seems to love on this car. Everyone always asks me questions about it. People always seem to love the front lip, but I think really what gets blinded by this entire front lip, fortunately it does blind it a little bit, and that is having that lower grill. I actually don't have a lower grill on the car. I end up yanking that whole damn thing off because I don't like the honeycomb at all. I find it gross, I find it ugly. Sorry for anybody who has a honeycomb grill. That's just me. I don't like it at all. Not like my opinion matters, but to me, it's just not my taste. It's just not my style. But I ended up taking off that honeycomb grill because I really didn't like how the airflow was within it. It was just, there's only a couple holes in there, and it just didn't really seem like it really did anything other than for looks. And that's kind of what I did with this. I ended up getting some mesh, and I put it right behind originally where the grill was. This mesh grill is not the best. It's kind of just in there for now. And one day I would like to get the same upper grill that matches the top to really flow with everything that's going on this front bumper. But the front end is really not my main concern at the moment, because one day I would like to change up this whole front end completely. I know a lot of you guys again seem to like this, but trust me, for what I have in mind for version 2 on this car, that won't happen for a while. This whole entire car is just not going to look the same anymore at all. And so that grill that goes from the top to the bottom will be part of version 2 for what I have in mind. So one day we definitely will be getting it. But for now, anybody who decides to delete the lower grill in their car, yes, it does not look bad, but at the same time too, the quality over the original one is definitely not there. And the very last few things I'm gonna be talking about this car that I end up regretting putting on the car, but at the same time too, I'm still keeping it on the car because I really like the look and the style of how it turned out, especially since I came up with the idea, and I really like how it flowed and really stands out. It's unique and different compared to what everyone else is doing. We actually talked about this, I believe, in the last video, where I actually removed these off the car for now because they're actually going to get redone with a better material. And that's where I'm going with this, is that I actually end up having some very awesome side skirts that were on the car, and I actually didn't end up showing you guys this in the last video, and I actually ended up taking these off last night. I ended up taking off the rear valence in the back as well over on the bumper. And the reason why I ended up taking those off because the material I ended up using was actually called centerboard. Really not made to be in the outside weather, especially rain or even heat. When you go over these little dips in the road with water in there, that seems that every time you wash your car, you seem to run over one of those dips. I'm pretty sure that this material really won't work, and a lot of people are probably gonna think I'm an idiot for it, but if you don't try, you never get. But it's going to be the same exact shape what it was originally on the car to begin with. We're just changing it up, and we're probably gonna add a little bit of spicy things here and there, and Joe gave me a great idea for something I wanna do, and you guys are just gonna have to find out when that time comes exactly what I'm gonna do. But I don't know, maybe I'm gonna go back to the original style, or maybe I'm gonna try something a little bit different. The issue though I end up having with those side skirts is the fact that they end up warping on me, they end up splitting, they were not really made again to go outside, and they end up actually just really just not looking as clean as they could have been. When I first put them on, they looked beautiful, they looked awesome, they were easy to cut, it was a cheap material, and obviously when you get cheap material, when you get cheap items, what do you expect? A cheap quality product, and that's ended up what I'm getting. But the thing is though, is if you were to have it on the interior of anything, it would work a lot better because you don't have that outside exposure of all the elements ruining whatever you put on your car. And it's not even really made to go on cars. I'm probably the very first one, in my opinion, to go put centerboard on their car. But I really don't have a lot of money to make the crazy things that I want to do. I have a lot of great ideas. I just can't really put pen to paper to be able to actually make it happen. As I say in every single one of these videos, I highly appreciate every single one of you who watch 1 second or even the entire video, whatever dumb shit I decide to post. I really wish I can give you guys better content, but if we lived in a perfect world, I would be giving you guys mod videos every single week and giving you guys some crazy content, but I can only live with what I got and the ideas that I have. And one of the purposes of this channel is to give you guys, as for now, a budget-friendly build channel, because some of the things I've done to the car are things that I just found that I can't afford, and I said, screw it, I want to try something that I can do, because I'm not going to let my ideas go to rest. I want to make them happen. I definitely want to see them come to life. And even if that means going with the cheapest thing or trying something new and trying something different that no one else has done, maybe you might have the next greatest idea. But I always want to try to like do bigger and better, or you go big or you go home. And that's where that motto comes in. I've been saying for the past couple of videos, be the change. And if you don't change, you'll never know what it's like to be the change. You are your own person. Be unique, be different, stand out, try something new, and who cares if anybody puts backlash on you. That's gonna wrap up for today's video, guys. And thank you guys again all so much for watching today's video. Be the change no matter what you do, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And one last thing before we wrap up today's video, and I mean it, one last thing, and many of you guys have been anticipating this for the past couple days, more like 26 of you guys, and what we're gonna be doing right now is giving away the carbon fiber horn button to one lucky winner out there. I put all of your guys' names, if you had an Instagram or a YouTube name, down below if you commented down in the last video, or in my community section I posted on a couple days back when we hit 1,000 subscribers. I'll be DMing one of you guys shortly right after this happens, so I wanna say good luck to any of you guys out there who did enter into the giveaway. Thank you guys again all so much for each and every single one of you who have subscribed, even if you didn't enter the giveaway. I'm excited to see who this winner is, so let's jump right into it. And as you guys can see, when you go over to the results, I have not touched this at all, so it's completely blank. If someone was to win, their name would pop up in this box down below, and then the entries, I have 26. So other than that, let's jump right into it. So the winner is going to be Days S197. Congratulations, you just won yourself a carbon fiber horn button. So that is a wrap. Thank you guys all so much again for watching this video. I love your guys' endless support, and I will see you guys in the next one.